to introduce the School of Law of Xi'an University, and my introduction today will be divided into the following 5 aspects. The first part will be a very brief introduction to Xi'an and the Xi'an University, and the second part will be brief introduction to the development of the education of legal education in Xi'an at Xi'an University. Then the introduction to the staff and our students, and the final part will be the introduction to the international programs established by between the School of Law and other institutions all over the world. I think at the beginning of this webinar, Matt already shared with you one video introducing you more about Xi'an. And Xi'an, located in the northwest China, is one of the 4 ancient capitals, and it is also the starting point of the Silk Road. We all know that in 2013, Chinese President Xi Jinping proposed the establishment of the Silk Road economic belt, and also the maritime Silk Road, which is the Belt and Road Initiative. Xi'an is the starting point of the Silk Road economic belt. So it has a lot of significance geopolitically. And Xi'an was also designated by UNESCO as a World Historical City. It is the best tourist destination in China and an important national education center. So here you can see some photos of the famous places of interest, such as the terracotta barriers, the city wall, and also the Wild Goose Pagoda, and also the scenery of the Qujiang, which is the ancient place of the Tang Dynasty. Now, move to Xi'an University. Xi'an University is one of the top university in China. It's one of the top 9 universities in China, and it is the first group of universities decided by the Ministry of Education to build the world-class universities. So here you can see the photo of the north gate of Xi'an University. And now our university has 3 campuses, which is the Xinxing campus, where we are located, and also the Yancha campus. Now we have a new campus, which is the China Science and Technology Innovation Hub, which is put into use in 2018. For the School of Law of Xi'an University, while it was established in 2008, but the legal education in Xi'an University can be traced back to 100 years ago, which is when the Nanyang Public College was established, and the Nanyang Public College is the predecessor of Xi'an University. And here I give you 2 examples. The first one is Mr. Wang Chonghui. He used to teach for a short time at the Nanyang Public College. Then he go to the USA to get his JD from the Yale University, and then he moved to Europe. And when he studied in Europe, he translated the German civil code into English, and his translation is being taken as the textbooks of the U.S. law schools for the students to study the German civil code. Mr. Wang Chonghui is also the first Chinese judge at the Permanent Court of International Justice. And another famous celebrity is Judge Xu Mo. Judge Xu Mo used to study at the Nanyang Public College, and he is the first Chinese judge at the International Court of Justice, which was established after the Second World War, and another judge, which I did not put it into the PowerPoint, but I think it's important. I also needed to mention to you is Professor James Crawford, who unfortunately died this year. Professor James Crawford is a famous professor in international law, and he is nominated as the judge of the International Court of Justice in 2016. He was the Sheng Zhang Chair Professor of Xi'an University, and the School of Law is also a significant research base for students all over the world. In 2011, it was awarded by the Ministry of Education the Outstanding Legal Education Center for Foreign-Related Legal Person Cultivation, and also Outstanding Legal Education Center for Interdisciplinary and Practical Legal Personal cultivation. And internationalization is one feature of the School of Law. In 2015, the School of Law initiated to establish the Silk Road Law School Alliance. Now the Alliance has 25 members all over the world, and these members come from Europe, also South Asia, and also Australia and Canada and the US, such as the National University of Singapore, and the People's Friendship University, the Rudan University from Russia, and also the Helsinki University from Europe, and Washington University in St. Louis from the US, and also the South University of New South Wales from Australia. And the School of Law was also accredited by the QS as the World 5-Star Law School in 2019. And actually, the School of Law is the first law school that get such accreditation. We also have a good performance in the ranking system, in particular the ranking system by the QS, and the discipline of law ranks among the top 300 in the QS World Law rankings, and it is one of the top 14 law schools in mainland China. We created or we established one English journal, the Chinese Journal of Comparative Law. It was established in 2013. Now it is a journal of the ESCN journal, which is the emerging citation index journal, and we are going to we aim to build it to be an SSCI journal. At the same time, we have two institutions that closely focus on the study of international law and also the Belt and Road Initiative, and also legal issues relating to the Belt and Road Initiative. The first one is the Silk Road Institute for International and Comparative Law. It was established in 2006. Another one is one collaboration center for the legal studies of the Silk Road Economic Belt. It was established in 2015. So here you can see the photos taken when the Silk Road Law School Alliance was established. Also, the photos taken at the inauguration of the journal of the Chinese Journal of Comparative Law. And we also have some kind of cooperation program on the cultivation of students. For instance, for the undergraduate, we have one cooperation with the University of New South Wales. And then is the combined program, and the student they stay the first 3.5 years in China at Xi'an University. Then they will get a bachelor degree, and after that they will go to the UNSW, the University of New South Wales, and they stay there for another 3 years. Then they can get a Juris Doctor from the UNSW. So we can see that such a program, we call it a pathway program, is a combination of the civil law education and also the common law education, because the student in such program can get a bachelor degree from Xi'an University and a Juris Doctor degree from the University of New South Wales. And the second program is a full English program. It's a program designed for the international students. It's a Master of Laws in Chinese and International Business Law. Such a program was established in 2014. Now it has been, we have more than 100 students all over the world studying under such a program. In addition to the two programs, we also have some kind of extended program. For instance, in 2012, the School of Law established one research program with the Law Chapter Center for International Law at the University of Cambridge, and such cooperation agreement, the School of Law can design it, or can send one PhD student or young lecturer to study at the center for 1 year. And then the Silk Road Scholar Program is the only program that established between the Law Chapter Center and the Asian Law School Institution. So here you can see some photos of the international exchanges by the law school, and the first one, the one on the top left, is the photo taken when the QS give us the badge of the 5-star ranking law school, and the photo next to it is a photo of one international conference to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the International Center for the Settlement of Investment Disputes and the World Bank. And this one is one photo taken for the annual conference of the law school audience. And the fourth one, the one in the left corner, on the right corner, is the photo taken when the judges from talent visited the School of Law, and the staff from the School of Law to deliver lectures on the Constitution and also the judicial system in China. Here you can see some photos of the School of Law. So here is this is the office, the place of the offices of law school, and the photo of the moot court. And for the moot court, sometimes the local court will have their trials at the moot court, and we also have the library. And we have many collections of the English books. Actually, today me and Alina are sitting at the conference room of the library. For the in relation to the faculties of the law school, now we have over 60 members of staff, and most of them have the doctorate degree. And they graduated from the University of Cambridge. For instance, the Dean Wenhua Shan, he got his PhD degree from the University of Cambridge. And also we have staff graduated from the University of Oxford, University of Pennsylvania, and also University of Michigan, and some top university in China including Peking University, Tsinghua University, and other leading domestic universities. And most of the staff have the international background. For instance, I used to be a visiting scholar at the University of Cambridge, and also I used to study at the Max Planck Institute for International and for Comparative and International Private Law at Hamburg for 1 year. So here you can see a photo of the students studying under the full English program, the Chinese law and international commercial law. Currently, we have more than 100 students from all over the world, including the Russia, Ukraine, the Central Asian countries, and also Czech Republic, and also African countries such as Kenya, Mali, and also students from the Latin American countries. So here is a more detailed introduction to the full English program. It's a 2 years program. The first year will be the courses, and at the same time, students can do the independent research, and also they can attend several lectures. The courses are taught by the distinguished professors at the law school, and these courses covers the Chinese constitutional law and judicial system, and also Chinese civil law, Chinese civil procedure law, and commercial law, IP law. In addition to the courses on Chinese law, we also provide some courses of international law, such as the public international law, private international law, international trade law, international investment law. We also have some seminars of international law and comparative law. And this is the courses taught for the first year of this program. And for the second year, mainly the students will do their thesis writing, and they apply because we have different procedures, and they need to go through such procedures and get the degree of law. Here you can see the photos for the students, for the activities of students under the program, and this one is the opening ceremony of the program, and this one is the photo taken when the student is attending classes at the moot court, and the rest two photos are taken about the practice teaching. For instance, this one is a signature of the cooperation between the School of Law and the Xi'an Arbitration Committee. So under the program or under cooperation, the student can do their intern at the Xi'an Arbitration Committee. And at the same time, students, they can attend the moot court. Can attend the moot court organized by many Chinese institutions. So here you can see the students who passed the final defense, and then the photo is taken when they attended the graduation ceremony. And the fifth part will be about the international exchange programs. Actually, I already mentioned two programs to you. The first one is the pathway program between the Sheng Zhang University and the University of New South Wales, and it is the first program established between the UNSW and the mainland Chinese universities. And another one is the Silk Road Scholar Program between the School of Law and the Law Taipei Center for International. And then this program lasts for 5 years, and we send in total 5 students or lecturers to study at that program. And in addition to these two programs, we also have several cooperation agreement with some other universities. For instance, we have one agreement with the Rudan University in Russia, and under that agreement, we can offer a dual degree program to the student. For instance, student from the Rudan University can choose to take the for the English master degree program, the Chinese law and the international commercial law program, and during their study at the Xi'an University School of Law, they can continue to pursue their study at Rudan University, and after 2 years, they can get 2 degrees, one from the School of Law Xi'an of Office-XJTU, and the other from the Rudan University, and we also have some kind of cooperation program agreement with the Washington University in St. Louis in the USA, and under that agreement, the Washington University will grant some kind of discount for students applying for the LM degree or GD degree at that university. It means that if you choose to study the master degree full English program in Xi'an University School of Law, you are qualified to apply for such kind of discount of the tuition fee when you apply for the LM program in Washington University. And we also have an exchange program with the Caspian University. And currently we are trying to expand the coverage of the international exchange program. And we also welcome you. If your institution are interested to establish the cooperation with the law school, please feel free to contact us so we can discuss in details of the cooperation. So the final page is about the contact information. So if you want to know more about the School of Law, more about the English master degree program, please feel free to contact Ms. Gao, who is the secretary of the international students at the School of Law. And so you can find her email and also her telephone number here. So please feel free to contact her. And also more details about the law school can be also found from the admission registration system designed by the School of International Exchanges. So here is the link to that registration system. So I think this is my part. Just a very brief introduction to the School of Law and also the international program. So I will pass the floor to Ms. Lina, and she will introduce to you her study and life at Xi'an and also at the school. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor, for very informative presentation. Okay, welcome everyone. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Agdalia. I'm a first-year PhD student in School of Law of Xi'an University. So I'll be glad to share some information of my experience of applying to Xi'an University and maybe give some suggestions. I hope it will be helpful. Also, I would like to say thank you to giving me this opportunity to join today's webinar and share my experience. So my name is Agdalia or Lina. I have graduated from the Western Polytechnical University in 2020 in the major of economic law, and I've been enrolled in Xi'an University this year. So first, I would like to suggest before applying to Xi'an University to define your goal and research direction. So maybe your future supervisor may ask you, why do you want to continue your studies and what area are you interested in and what will be your future plan after graduation. So you need to think thoroughly about this, especially for the students who are applying for the doctoral degree. For applying to persuade your master or PhD degree, it is required to submit your research proposal. I would say that it's one of the main documents for the application, so you have to pay more attention to it. The research proposal consists 4 parts: abstract, research basis, research proposal, research foundations, and working conditions. As I applied for doctorate degree, so I would say that for application for PhD students, it is requirement from university to follow the format. And the minimum word should be 1,500 for PhD students, and for master students, it should be no less than 800 words. So I would say that a research basis of research proposal is the main part which you need to focus after deciding your research direction. And on the topic, you need to find around 40 to 50 references. And after reading the references, you need to find their literature gap and write literature review on your topic and define research objectives. For the research proposal, you need to clarify your research purpose, questions which are going to research methods, flow chart, potential contribution, your future plan, and your findings of research. For the research foundations, you may include here your recent publications on this field and your research foundations and your working conditions, which problems or questions you are facing now in your research, and so on. For the documents, you may apply for the scholarship for the School of Law. And for the scholarship, you need to submit documents to the Chinese government scholarship website, which is mentioned here. And after submitting all documents, you need to print the form and submit all together to their Xi'an University application platform. So which documents you require for your application? It's physical examination record, original non-criminal record, your highest diploma and academic transcripts, and all documents should be in English, either Chinese, and if it's in another language, you need to translate and notarize them. So I mentioned the marked documents here, which are mandatory. So next, you need to submit 2 recommendation letters written by professors or associate professors. Also, you may find your supervisor in advance. You can find professors' information in the website of the law school. And in future, you may also submit recommendation letter from potential supervisor. So next is our study plan or research proposal. The format, you can also download it in the university website, especially for PhD students. Also can submit your research achievements, which should be notarized. And another important document is the certificate of language proficiency. So if you choose the English taught program, so you need to submit IELTS minimum 6 band score or TOEFL minimum 80 score, and for Chinese taught program, you need to submit HSK level 4, HSK level 4, 180 points. So as I mentioned, there are 3 types of scholarship. I just say about this briefly. The CSC scholarship, Syrian International Student Scholarship, and One Belt, One Road scholarship. So from all this scholarship, you may choose only one type of scholarship. The CSC scholarship is considered as one of the best, so you can choose CSC scholarship, and after all the documents will be reviewed, the university will decide which scholarship you'll be granted. So for the application, you need to submit your online application of for CSC scholarship on website. So the main information is that you need to put agency number of university and program type B. After submitting all documents and printing the form, you need to submit all documents to university platform. pay the application fee, and after that you need to wait for further directions. So you need to keep in mind that the application deadline is March 15th, so you have to complete all your registration before these times. Thank you. And I will share with you with some websites. You can find more information about admission, scholarship information on the websites mentioned here. And if you click here on apply now, so you will go to their university platform, and you need to register your account. And after that, you can submit all your documents, which is in the right side. And on the left side, it's Chinese government scholarship website. So first of all, you need to submit documents here. Yeah, thank you. So, and here you can see examples of mine. So this, how does it look, their application form for the Chinese government scholarship. And this is their university platform where I have submitted all documents. And how does it look after submitting the documents? So after successfully submitting all your documents, the responsible teacher will inform you about interview. Interview is also one of the important part for the application. So for this, you have to prepare more and focus more on your research. Moreover, mostly interviewers are the professors from law of school, so they may ask you question more about your further research. So you have to show your interest in research, your motivation, and some research foundations. I also would like to share some more information where you can find some information about scholarships, the professors' information for School of Law, the information of School of Law itself, and admission information, where you can find some information about admission. For the current studies, I would say that the School of Law provides huge support for their academic research, and currently we are having courses for 2 semesters for 1 year, and also you may have weekly seminars with your supervisor where you can discuss your recent achievements or your questions you may have, or you can work together on some projects, and you can also discuss it with other students and get feedback, which is really helpful. In addition, the school also provides online lectures from scholars all over the world in the field of international law. So, and I also should mention that our school provides library with English materials and mostly publications from Oxford Press. So I feel very motivated about my studies. Thank you. I think my presentation is over, and I wish you best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lina. You made a very good introduction to your stay at the School of Law Sheng Zhang University. But I think I have one question for you. Can you please let us know what's your motivation to apply for the School of Law of Sheng Zhang University? Or what's your motivation to study at Xi'an? And why do you choose to pursue your PhD study at the School of Law?
Yeah, well, while choosing University of School of Law, I have noticed that the School of Law of this university is focused on mostly comparative research and One Belt, One Road research. So as I'm from those countries, and I know more languages like Russian, English, Chinese, so I feel more motivated to do research on this field. and maybe I can make some contribution on this research. And in addition, our Law School of Xi'an University is accredited by QS ranking 5-star. So I feel that after graduation, it will give me more opportunities in future.
Yeah, okay, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And Matt, I think we finished our part, so it's your turn.
Okay. So still the scholarship program, I will start with the bachelor scholarship we have. The first one is the International Freshman Scholarship. It's mainly divided into 3 degrees. The first one is the exemption from all tuition fee, and the second prize is 15% off, and the third prize is 30% off. And for all these 3 degrees, we have a plus, which is the monthly living allowance. The detailed amount is going to be decided by our admission committee. So when it comes to the postgraduate level, for the masters and PhDs, we have 4 scholarship programs mainly. The first one, as shared by the Ms. Agdalia, is the Chinese government scholarship. It contains a free tuition fee and accommodation, and a comprehensive medical insurance and a monthly living allowance. And at the bottom, the 2 programs is the XJTU Siyuan Scholarship and the Xi'an Belt and Road Scholarship. The Siyuan Scholarship is offered by our university for the postgraduate students, and it contains a free tuition fee and a monthly living allowance. And the Xi'an Belt and Road Scholarship is offered by the city of Xi'an government and XJTU. It contains a monthly scholarship. And the last one is the International Chinese Language Teachers Scholarship. Actually, it's mainly for the Chinese language students. So if you have friends or classmates who are interested in Chinese language study, this is the one for them to apply. So as an applicant, how to get into our university? It's what I'm going to introduce next. So we have some basic requirements for applicants for both bachelor, master, and PhD. As you may know, and introduced by Professor Zhang, the School of Law offers quite a comprehensive education system from bachelor to PhD, which are all open for the international students to apply. So as for a bachelor applicant, there are some basic requirements. The first one is the age and health condition limit. As you can see, is the age from 18 to 25 and be in good health status. The next one is that you have to bear a valid foreign ordinary passport. And the third one is for the diploma. You have to get a high school or advanced diploma. The fourth one is for the Chinese proficiency level. You must be above HSK 4, which means score above 180 with a minimum of 60 in all subskills. And for the application time, actually the application for the 2022 intake is already started. It's going to be from December 1st to June 30th. And there will be an admission review as shared by the Ms. Agdalia, a review in terms of your Chinese language proficiency, academic background, awards and achievements, and interview. And when it comes to master and PhD level, is quite similar, but a little bit different with the bachelor. The first one, still you have to be a non-Chinese citizen with valid passport and be in good health. But the age limit for master is 35 years old, and you have to bear a bachelor degree. And for the doctoral program, the age limit is be under 40 years of age and have a master degree. And the application is also started already from this November 15th to next March 15th. You have 4 months to prepare your application. And for the PhD applicants is that you are suggested to contact your professor in advance, as suggested by Ms. Agdalia, to get some basic knowledge for your research area and maybe a recommendation letter from the potential supervisor. And you have, before your application, you have to prepare all these application documents and to upload them into the application system. So I'll go through with you one by one. The first one is the original highest diploma and its notarized copies. And by notarized copies, I mean if your diploma is written or made in languages other than Chinese and English, for example, Russia or other languages, you better give us a notarized translation copy. And the next one is the original transcript. in the latest study period. Like you have to offer the master transcript for PhD application and for bachelor transcript for the master application. The next one is the certificate for language proficiency. And after that is the photocopy of your valid ordinary passport. And still you have to give us a completed original physical examination record for foreigners and blood test report. For this document, we have a PDF document for you to download on our school website, which is a model for you to fill in. And there will be an application fee. After you complete your, you fill in your application in full, we will inform you to pay the application fee, and you can do it all online. So there may be other required documents for during your application. We will inform you through email. So as you can see, we now have an online application system. Now everything is can be done in this system, and this is the link. To finish your application in this system, you have to follow these 5 steps. The first one is to register yourself an account in our application system. And the next one is to fill in all the information for your application. And after that is to upload all the documents I just introduced to you. And it's better to be in a high division and scan copy so that we can see it clearly. After that is the application payment. You can pay application fee online according to the notice. And finally, you can get a completion email informing you that you have completed your application. So at last is our contact information. If you have any question or you need any consultation during your apply, here is our telephone number, email, and school website. And what's more is that now you can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And the last one is our school official website QR code. You may take your time to maybe take a screenshot, or I'll share this information in the chatting room of our Zoom room. So I think it's pretty much all I have to share with you guys regarding your application. If you have any question, we might have a little Q&A session. If you want to ask a question, please raise your hand or type in the chatting room so that we can see it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I just forgot that I should have mentioned that Xi'an is a good place for you to study because the cost of living in Xi'an is not as high as that of Beijing and Shanghai, the east part of China. So it means that and the support, financial support from the Chinese Scholarship Council or the university scholarships, you can have a very good life in Xi'an. So in addition to study at Sheng Zhang University, you also have the opportunity to visit many places of interest in Xi'an to know the history of China. And so I see no reason for you to not consider our university and also not to consider our school. So we are here, and you are welcome to submit your application to study at the school of Sheng Zhang University. Thank you so much.
Okay, thanks to Professor Zhang and Dahlia. And guys, if you have any question, you can raise your hand or type in the chatting room. We still have a little bit time for you to ask questions. And now I'm giving you the option to unmute yourself. So if you have anything you want to know, you just turn on your mic and let us know.
Do you have anything to add?
I think.
So maybe what is the challenge for you to study in China or in Xi'an? I mean, is there anything that you think that is kind of a challenge?
as I have completed my master's in Chinese medium, and now I'm pursuing my PhD in English medium, I would say that in English study is more informative than in Chinese language.
Yes.
So
also, I think to do a PhD at Sheng Zhang University is not an easy job. You need to, in addition to the final thesis, final dissertation, you need to satisfy the publication requirement. So that proves to be quite challenging for most of the PhD students. For even the domestic, the native, the PhD student is still think it's very difficult for them to satisfy the requirement. So I think, but I think that is common. Such requirement is very common for all the university in China. And because the Silk Road, the library of the Silk Road Institute can give you some opportunity to read the most recent publications. And also, we have the access to some databases such as the Bachelor online and some other specific databases. So you can access to the most recent development in the international. And also, as mentioned by you, we have some kind of online lectures. We invite the distinguished professors all over the world to give lectures on the topical issues in international, also topical issues in law.
Okay, thanks, Professor Zhang and Agdalia. I think if you guys don't have any questions, then that's pretty much everything we want to share with you today. If there is,
I think Prosper, Mr.
Prosper. Yeah, I see it. Prosper, you can unmute yourself and let us know.
Yes. Good evening to you. Yes, my name is Prosper, and I happen to also be a student in the School of Law. I just want to compliment Professor Sheng Zhang. He also happens to be my professor. So I invite all of you also to the School of Law. It's a research-based school, and everything in the School of Law is very modern. Yeah, you have the chance to research on the recent journals. Everything is easy and accessible to conduct your research in the School of Law. So all people from all races from Africa, I'm here in my second year undertaking my research. So I invite all of you to the School of Law. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prosper.
Okay, thank you. And by Prosper's sharing, I want to say that actually here in XJTU, we offer quite a lot of student activities for you to join. Mr. Prosper helped me in our 2021 University Summer Camp, which is online. And Prosper did a little video showing his life in the School of Law and his study in the School of Law, which is quite interesting and attractive for you guys to join us.
Thank you.
Okay, any other questions or anything you want to share with us, guys? Well, maybe Professor Zhang, if you have anything you want to add up.
小刚，你有什么要讲的吗？ Okay. While the School of Law is quite young, compared with many law schools in China, because it was only established in 2008. But we aimed to build one top law school in China with its features of internationalization and also research focused, and we try to recruit staff all over the world, and now we have more than 15 professors and more than 30 associate professors, and another group of more than 20 lectures. And as I mentioned in my PowerPoint, most of them have the experience to stay study abroad. So they have the capacity to deliver full English courses. So I think that is the advantage for us to have international students to study at the school. So you can choose to study either as a undergraduate or the postgraduate, or either as a master student or a PhD student. I think at the same time, the School of International Education will also will offer us comprehensive assistance for you to study at the School of Law. So we welcome you to apply for to submit your application, and please feel free to contact us if you have any curious.
Okay, thank you, Professor Zhang, and I think that's pretty much all we want to share with you today. And thank you guys, thank you for coming and joining with us. If you have any question, you have our contact information. You can email us, call us, or follow us on the YouTube or Facebook. I see a question in the chatting room. Would you like to tell us how a law school is going to help PhD in law students to get practical experience along with theoretical knowledge? Professor Zhang?
Yes, thank you so much, Chairman. I think you are also one master student from our law school, and for the practical education, the School of Law have some cooperation with the law firms and also the arbitration institution in Xi'an. For instance, we have the cooperation with the with 3 law firms in Xi'an. So you can choose to do your intern at the law firm. And also at the same time, we have the cooperation with the Xi'an Arbitration Committee. So you can do your intern at the Xi'an Arbitration Committee. In addition to the law firms in Xi'an, we have cooperation with the CIETEC, the Chinese International Economic and Trade Commission, so which is the a nationwide arbitration commission. So you also have the opportunity to do your intern at the CIETEC and also some other national law firms. So in addition to that, to these intents, you also have the opportunity to participate in the various multi-court organized by the Chinese universities, such as the Foreign Direct Investment multi-court organized by the CIETEC, also the JSAP, and the multi-court of the International Criminal Court. So these activities will help you to have some kind of practical training and also practical experience in addition to your research and study at the School of Law.
Okay, I believe that will answer our students' question. And okay, thank you, Professor Zhang, and thanks to Ms. Agdalia. Thank you for joining us today. I believe it's been a very meaningful and knowledgeable sharing webinar. And thank you guys for joining us today. Thank you. Have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a good day. Bye-bye.